the best day ever.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Do you guys ever think about dying?
How was your first impression when you first stepped into the set of Barbie Land for the first time?
It was a dream.
Yeah.
It was a pink, wet dream. It was a
Wait, what?
it was beautiful. Like the childhood version of me just immediately got excited, and it just put me in the mood to be a doll. Like you're in a living dollhouse neighborhood. It was just, you know, everything that I dreamed of when I was a kid.
A pink wet dream.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with it. I echo that. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Great. So you play one of the many, well, two of the many iterations of Barbie and Ken. But if you could, you know, if you could be a Barbie and you could be a Ken, which
Ooh.
one would you choose to be?
Oh, okay. I'd be president. I'd be President Barbie. I think that'd be pretty cool. You look like you had a lot of fun.
I had a blast playing President Barbie. I would be cheerleader Ken, honestly. That was, I want to say every single time, you know, I see Simu do the cheer for the Barbies. I envision that for myself, and I never got to be a cheerleader, and my high school didn't have a cheerleading squad, and
Can I tell you something? I was a cheerleader for one semester of college.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I was a bit of a gymnast, and I got recruited to like do gymnastics and then to like, you know, be like a base. You know, like the competitive cheerleading.
They're the strongest ones. They have to be able to hold and like toss the cheerleaders.
They do in theory, which is why I lasted a very short
Oh,
time because
come
I could not do that. And it's a lot of stress to be like responsible for someone's life
It
like
is.
that.
It really is.
Like if you miss your mark, I don't know. I just didn't want to.
So you were
you
fully-
have to tap into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so
Oh, man.
authentic.
Yeah, you were fully prepared for this role.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'd you be able to kind of channel the Kenergy?
I think so. I love that the Kenergy is so, you know, they're confidently supportive of women, and we need more of that, you know. And the Kens in general, I also love that they go through their own journey. And not to say too much about the film, but there's something very special about the way that Greta kind of parallels the stories of Barbie and Ken in this film, and the respective journeys they go on.
Yeah, that's great. That's what Kenergy means to you as well?
Yeah. It's it's definitely. I think it's about individually finding that thing within yourself that makes you feel. You know, we all have bad days where we just don't quite feel like everything's right with us. You know, we're off our game. We look in the mirror. We don't quite recognize ourselves. But having that Kenergy is that feeling of like you're always your best self, and you're not worried about what others are thinking of you. You're not worried about the way that you express yourself. You're just who you are. It's just so unapologetic, and it's so there. And it's also in a, you know, I should say it's in a way that doesn't put anybody else down either. Your Kenergy, you shine, everybody else shines. You celebrate their shine just like you celebrate yours. Kenergy.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I still don't know exactly what Kenergy is. I'll let the Kens speak to what Kenergy is. But I will say that Ryan's performance is so delightful in this movie. He is hilarious and yet so committed, which was the vibe of the whole thing. Everybody who is, you know, top notch in what they do, from hair, wardrobe, makeup, costumes, sets, lighting, to the performances on screen. Everyone was there to play, but with their A game, and it was so much fun to be around and to watch.
So your character, Gloria Barbie is like a childhood icon. Was it the same case for you?
No, I did not grow up playing with Barbies, actually. It just kind of felt out of reach, you know, aspirational, and didn't really feel like it reflected me very much. Yeah.
So you have an amazing speech in the movie, like very powerful speech about what it means to be a woman in the world. How was delivering this speech in the movie, in a movie that is like a big budget Hollywood movie, which, you know, you wouldn't usually hear something like this?
Yeah, I mean, when I read the monologue in the script, I was very moved by it, and it felt just like, you know, the truth, like it really hit. And I was excited to get to give it, and Greta and I spent months talking about it and preparing for it, and I had a blast doing it. She gave me so much freedom to explore and try it a bunch of different ways, and I loved it.
So, what's about the character of Gloria that you relate to, that made you relate to her?
I think that what I found most compelling about Gloria as a character is that she feels this connection and really puts a lot of value on something that she kind of has to hide. You know, when we first meet her, she's got these pink shoes on, but they're under the desk, and you know, her kind of sparkly pink part of her personality that she feels really connected to is hidden away, and that this journey for her is one of giving herself permission to express the parts of her that other people might not be that accepting of. And that felt like an incredibly relatable journey, and I loved that for a grown adult woman.
Simu, I wanted to ask you about, you know, this beach scene, the battle scene at the end of the film with the other cans. How was shooting that? Because it looks insane.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do the dance around the spoilers again. But you know, so early on in the movie, you know, we tease a little beach off with Ryan's character in mind, and we talk about this. Oh, I'll beat you off. Well, I'll beat you off. Not if I beat you off first. I'll beat myself off, and then I'll beat you off, and I'll beat both of you off at the same time. And it's kind of played for a joke, but then we actually pay it off later in the movie, and it's brilliant. I can say that I got to dance fight with Ryan Gosling, which is that's a tick on the bucket list that I don't think a lot of people will have. It was fantastic. We have excellent choreographers, Jen and Lisa, who just made these movements that were so fun, and it's a wonderful thing when you get to show up at work and dance.
It's great. So we all have...
I was gonna say dance for money, and then I was like... It's great to get paid to dance.
Yeah, definitely. It is.
Sure.
Take that for what you want.
So we all have preconceived ideas of, you know, what Barbie represents. So has your perception of what Barbie is or represents changed after making this film?
Absolutely. I have a new respect, empathy, just general point of view of Barbie, you know, from childhood and even just societally. Like, when you think about the way that Barbie has been mentioned, it's like she's a terrible example for beauty standards and too many expectations for women to live up to. She's a bimbo, all these things, and Greta unpacks those in such a beautiful way, and Margot's performance is so incredible throughout that you can't help but feel for Barbie in her journey. And like, yeah, I have a whole new respect for Barbie.
Yeah, I don't think I ever, you know, thought much of Barbie when I was growing up. I certainly didn't have that much exposure. I mean, I grew up kind of in a very heteronormative environment where, yeah, it was like boys played with this and wore this color, girls other things, and I really regret that. And I hope that this movie, you know, continues a movement where we dismantle those really dumb, really archaic rules, and we just allow boys and girls to play with the things that they want to, and to wear the colors that they want to, feel, you know, whatever they feel like on any particular day. And I think, the movie I learned so much about what the idea of Barbie means, and by, you know, not just to girls around the world, but to everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's it truly speaks to Greta's genius, just how she's able to teach us without I think preaching.
You don't get to be a Barbie in the movie like many of your castmates, but if you had to be, or you wanted to be one Barbie, which one would you choose?
Yeah, I didn't want to be one of the Barbies. So that was not like, you know, that wouldn't have been as, you know, compelling to me. I To me, the message of this movie is that there is no one standard of beauty. There's no one right way to be beautiful, one right way to be smart, one right way to be even Barbie, right? And that we can embrace ourselves uniquely and celebrate that. And so I think everyone's best version of themselves is the Barbie that they are. So my Barbie would just be, America Barbie, me on my best day.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you share many scenes with Margot Robbie as Barbie. How was working with her not only as a fellow actress but also as a producer of the film?
Yeah, Margot's amazing. I mean, she's incredibly professional. She's so talented. I loved watching her work, and she's just, good at so many things. And she also goes out of her way to create a fun environment. And she did all kinds of fun things like make everybody wear pink on Wednesdays and make sure that we were having fun in the process.
Yeah, it does look like everybody's having the most fun at all times.
Yeah.
Was it like that with your castmates?
Yeah, we were having a blast. It was hard not to. The script that Greta wrote was so silly and fun, and it was thoughtful and smart, but it was also just like an invitation to play and be, to be a little bit silly and not take everything so seriously.
Yeah, and it feels like you had a playroom which was Barbie Land, with a massive set, as I understand. So how was the first time that you stepped into Barbie Land and you were, oh wow, what shocked you the most about the set?
I was really moved by it, which was unexpected because I didn't play with Barbies growing up, so I didn't expect to feel such a nostalgia for it. It made me feel, it reminded me of like being a child and just kind of the magic of playthings come to life.